13 years ago, when my daughter was 5 years old, actually, went to a playground in Saginaw, which is my hometown, and it was really interesting because I wanted to get on the slides with her, but I was too big. And then I looked around at other adults, and other adults were not able to play and were thinking about it. And it just dawned on me at that time that I had missed out and that I still wanted to play and that there weren't spaces to do that.
And if everybody was doing play, oh my gosh, it'd be so cool. For one thing, it's just a great way to get to know people. It's relaxing, so I think there would be less tension. I think that there would be more opportunities for people to respect each other. I think there's liberation in just playing, and we need the experience of liberation, and we need the experience of democracy in action.
When they exist, public parks and recess provide environments for self-directed play, physical challenge, and release for children younger than 12. However, precisely when their bodies grow out of traditional playground equipment, play space and non-competitive physical activity halts for young people. Exercise becomes restricted to competitive sports, and more specifically, as we grow fully into adults, public exercise takes the primary forms of running, basketball, tennis, soccer, softball, movement arts, or golf. The privileged are afforded more clear opportunities to play through access to space, play materials and leisure time, and places to play diminish according to race, class, gender, ability, and age, and often function in confined physical and social spaces. Equitable access to just play, fair and equitable play, opens paths of individual knowledge, cultivation of creative self, healthy and sustainable relationships, communication across diverse experiences, and contribution to community. Scholars' insistence that play can have a transformational impact leads to the conclusion that social justice and play are, indeed, interconnected. Just play facilitates intellectual and emotional strengths and functions as an investigative act. Play as smart challenges the view that playfulness in adults is childish and without any greater merit. Play and being playful generates joy, and joy builds an individual's physical, intellectual, and social skills. As people play, they engage in openness and receptivity to change. In encouraging spontaneous, free movement among the parts of the self, just play fosters a climate that assists creativity and the cognitive, affective, and motivational skills that creative processes entail. Playgrown offers innovative play as a way to advance spatial and social equity. Playgrown Detroit will bring together experts in community design, play, public spaces, physical fitness, architecture, and community development to recreate engaging playground installations that especially serve teens and adults.
So I'm Janine Whitfield, and I'm the Executive Director of the Heidelberg Project here in Detroit, Michigan.
My name is Laura Sprague, and I'm the fitness consultant for the Playground Project.
My name is Laura Wilming. I am working with Playground to develop the research materials and to find out where we can best induce play in the city of Detroit.
Hello, my name is Shantae Brown, and I'm going to be working as the game coordinator with Playground.
I'm Craig Wilkins, and I am one of the designers for the project. I am also going to be coordinating the construction of the project itself.
Utilizing new and reused materials, designers, artists, and builders will respond to an existing space, such as one of Detroit's recently closed schools or parks, to create a play space that reintegrates play into physical activity. There are three primary goals. The first goal is to create this intergenerational space where people are able to come together and garner the benefits of play, to be able to relate to one another, to be able to have the experiences that facilitate confidence and interaction. That's the first goal. The second goal is really to illustrate an innovative mode of economic development, to be able to use the arts and play as ways to draw people to a space, to recreate or strengthen destinations in any given place. You know, the hope is that Detroit is just the first place for a playground installation. The third goal is to reimagine space in ways that can capture the visual and the physical imagination. The goal is to make this visual, physical experience something that attracts people and that is inviting and exciting, and to take the drudgery that's oftentimes associated out of working out or physical activity. The playground is expected to be a place that invites people physically, spiritually, energetically, visually, that it's a place that folks are drawn to and that gathers attention. As the Arcus Center for Social Justice and Leadership Fellow here in Kalamazoo last year, I was able to go to Europe, go to London and Rotterdam, Amsterdam and Odense, and interview people who were engaged in playgrounds for seniors, largely seniors or teenagers. And that was especially important for me in this process to understand that, you know, one, I wasn't alone in this vision of Playground, but that to talk to folks and hear how important it was for them to be able to come together as communities. A lot of folks talked about how they spent all of their time like on the couch before they got involved, and that especially for some seniors, there's such a sense of isolation from the world. You know, they lose people that they love, their family lives someplace else, and so they're really seeing playgrounds as an opportunity for them to be able to come together with community, have some physical fitness, but really fun.
I love the concept of playground because we're all, in my opinion, just big giant children waiting for the opportunity to express ourselves in more creative ways, and that's what this will do.
I really like to train people on the playground. It makes making yourself healthy more fun, first of all. It's a more natural way of being healthy. So going back to our childhood roots of how we were healthy back then.
I'm really excited about Playground, and one of the reasons why is that I did have a lot of important play experiences growing up, and one of those was playing games with my family.
As an architect and an urban designer, I am intensely aware of spatial inequities.
In Detroit, there's a lot of space here that is not being used, and there's so much potential to create something with it, so much potential just to do something imaginative and fun and innovative, and I think that this project, Playground, can completely transform a space in a way that's beneficial to a community now.
It's also a full range of motion that we're exploring. We're exploring moving in ways that we haven't moved for a while, or maybe have never moved, and that's a very healthy thing to do, waking the entire body up.
We just learned a lot together. We learned to hold each other accountable. We learned to help each other out. We learned to explain rules to each other. We learned to encourage one another. And it was just some of our happiest moments together, and some of the moments that we enjoyed each other the absolute most. And I also want to do that for Playground.
You know, certain amenities only tend to go to those neighborhoods and communities that are, let's say, perhaps a little bit more affluent. And that just doesn't make any sense to me. Everybody needs open space. Everybody needs to feel that their neighborhood is safe and secure. Everybody needs an aesthetically pleasing place to live and grow and prosper.
To be able to have people who live in a community get together to learn and to express our aggression and our excitement in ways that are not harmful to one another.
This project, if it goes outside of Detroit, which it will, I think this is a huge movement that's going to start here, can make the world a better place.
They can just go to Playground and and have a whole different kind of experience.
I'm not a big fan of adult play. However, why do I support it? Because I support Michelle. And she's done much more research on this than I have, and she believes that it's going to work, and I believe in her.